At the very outset, I extend my heartiest greetings to all of you on the occasion of the 74th Republic Day of India. A very good morning to all of you. Respected teachers and my dear students, you have witnessed a few dances, songs, and you have heard a few speeches, shairis from Rosie Madam and Sonam Madam. You have witnessed a number of things today. Similarly, the same function in similar fashion is going on throughout the country. In every institution, everywhere there are Indians, even outside the country, in foreign land as well. The students have performed dances, patriotic dances, which are really, really wonderful. Although they did not get much time to practice, but they have come up well, and I appreciate that. These days, because of continuous programs every day, perhaps they did not get much time to practice. Even for the teachers also, they did not get much time to prepare for this occasion. Even yesterday, there was one program here in this hall. The other day, there was inspection. The previous day, there was some program. Tomorrow, again, Pariksa Pe Charcha, and things like that. It keeps on going. But my students are smart. They are intelligent, they are brilliant, and they have come up with beautiful, wonderful dances. I thank you all, my dear students. Under the able guidance of our smart teachers, I thank all of you. The speeches of Tribhuti Madam and Barnali and Aditya, they are brief, but there are lots of meaning. Very beautiful, meaningful speeches. I appreciate all of you. Tribhuti Madam has clearly pointed out about how India progressed from the time of independence till today. Really, you have seen a lot of progress. India has made a lot of progress. When India got independence in 1947, if you look back, if you could see, if you read some documents, some history books, if you see photographs or video clips of those days, you will understand how India was during those days. And now India has come up to such a stage where India provides leadership to the world. India has made lots of progress since then. Republic Day, as you know, this is the day when the Indian Constitution came into force. India was under the rule of the British for over 100 years, and the economy of India, the society of the country, the politics of the country, every aspect of the nation's life deteriorated. But after the national leaders started the freedom movement, of course, it took long years, it took many lives to come up to this stage. But finally, the British government could not stand the strong pressure of the Indian leadership, and they agreed to give freedom to India. Although India got independence formally on 15 August 1947, but the preparations for the independence, for the declaration of the independence had already started much before that. You will remember that the Constituent Assembly of India was established before independence, and the first assembly was held on 9 December 1946. And a constitution drafting committee was also constituted by the Constituent Assembly. And so, right from the first assembly to the adoption of the Constitution of India, it took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. And the Constitution of India was finally adopted in the Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949. And this day is observed every year as the Constitution Day. But the Constitution of India as a whole was enforced with effect from 26 January 1950. Republic means a country where there is an elected head of state. It's not about elected head of government, but it is about elected head of state. There are two types of head of government and head of state. As you know, our constitutional provisions are mostly taken from the British Constitution, but many other provisions are taken from the German Constitution, the US Constitution, the Irish Constitution, and many more. And that is why some scholars used to say that Indian Constitution is a bag of borrowings. But you will see that most of the provisions are taken from the British Constitution. Although we have taken most of the provisions from the Constitution of India, Britain, but we have not taken the provision of the head of state from the British Constitution. The British had a monarchical head, not a elected head. It's a monarchy. But India has chosen to be headed by an elected head of state. And that is the President of India. And if we say the head of government, we are referring to the Prime Minister of India. In the British Constitution also, they have an elected Prime Minister, elected head of state, government, but that doesn't make a republic. We are a republic because the head of state, and not the head of government, the head of state, the President of India, is elected. Although not directly by the people of India, but indirectly by the people of India, and that is by the elected representatives. That is the members of parliament as well as the members of legislative assemblies and legislative councils. So that is why we call our India, our country, is as a republic. We should know, as Indian citizens, we should know, we should be aware of some basic things laid down in the Constitution of India. Constitution is a book of law on which the country, the administration of the country is run. Although the entire population may not know every detail of the Constitution, and it may not be needed also to know every little bit of the Constitution, but we must know, we must be aware, and it is our duty, particularly as a teaching community, it is our duty to make aware of the people, particularly our students, the basic things about the Constitution of India. We must know our rights, the fundamental rights laid down in the Constitution of India. If we don't know these rights, we may miss opportunities. And rights do not exist by itself. Rights are not absolute. Rights are meaningful when there is a duty. Rights are meaningful where corresponding duties are performed by the citizens. If a person has the right to profess a Christian religion, it is the duty of other communities to allow them to profess that Christian religion. If a person has a Hinduism as a religion, it is the duty of other communities to allow them practice that religion. So, this is how rights and duties are interrelated, interdependent. I have just taken one example of how rights and duties are related. There are certain things which we must know, the basic things about the Constitution of India. That is how we can contribute towards the success of the integrity of the nation. You have seen a number of forces, a number of anti-national forces working at various levels. The government of India has overcome many of them. But also you will see that still a number of oppositional forces, divisive forces are working in our society. These are detrimental to the success of democracy. If we have to achieve a successful democracy, such divisive forces must be totally overcome. And this is possible only when we citizens of India become an informed citizen, aware of our rights and duties, and there is some spirit, some blood of patriotism running into our system. In that way, we can achieve a successful democracy. The Republic Day, the Independence Day that we have been observing every year will become more and more meaningful, more and more successful, and every citizen of the country will enjoy, will be happy. I have learned a lesson from the speech of Bhutanese Prime Minister. If you search on the Google, YouTube, I believe you will get that speech. Bhutanese Prime Minister spoke about happiness index. He claimed that the happiness index of his countrymen are very high. Every year we talk about performance index of our school board results. Sometimes when the quantity is 100%, but the performance index is low. Sometimes it is equal between quantity and quality, but sometimes quality is less. Performance index. The Bhutanese Prime Minister claimed high happiness index of his countrymen. How happy are we as Indian citizens? Where does our happiness index lie? At what level? 40%? 60%? What percentage is our happiness index? Are all the Indians happy in all aspects? Equally happy in all aspects? This is the questions we must ask ourselves. And it is our duty, our bounden duty, to contribute towards the enhancement of the country's happiness index. I salute the Indian national flag, which is flying high in every government institutions, everywhere, wherever Indians are. I wish you all once again a very happy Republic Day. Thank you.